Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to introduce you to our next Alaskan project. What you're looking at here is a 1983 Chevrolet 3/4 ton 4x4 pickup truck. From what I can gather, this particular truck left the factory from Generous Motors with a 6.2 liter diesel engine and a manual transmission. It is a four-wheel drive system, just four-wheel, two-wheel, high and low. It is a long bed, which is the least desirable of these trucks. And it is currently rolling on a set of Dodge Ram rims. So a little background on this truck. In preparation for building our Fall Guy replica truck to go off the Glacier View cliff on July 4th, we gathered a variety of additional trucks that were donated, trucks that had been abandoned, that we were able to bring in here and use parts off of them to build the Fall Guy jump truck. This particular truck ended up donating primarily its doors. One down. So these doors were in really bad shape, but not so bad that I couldn't bang them together, work them out. You know, you gotta love it when a plan comes together. And get them acceptable to put onto the Fall Guy truck. I ended up with another set of doors on a short bed 87 4x4 Chevy that we picked up down in Anchor Point. They're actually power windows, power door locks. Pretty nice doors. There's some surface rust on them, but the driver's side does have a dink on the front where that truck was in a collision and it pushed all of this back. And it's pretty common when that happens that the door and the fender meet and you end up with a little bit of damage. So those doors are going to require some work. Since I decided to save this truck, we went through a process of bonding the title. It's not too terribly difficult, but it does require an appraisal. It requires purchasing of a bond. And then when you take it to the DMV, they do an inspection on it, review the paperwork, and issue the title. Now, the good and the bad is that wherever the last registered owner is, if they were to reach out and say, hey, where's my truck? I want it back. I didn't mean to abandon it, whatever, I don't know. If that were to happen, the state of Alaska actually will turn around and pay them out on the bond that I've purchased, and then I have to pay the state of Alaska back. This truck has been abandoned for a very long time. It's currently my problem to deal with, and I really didn't want to scrap it. And as I walked around and looked at it, none of the exterior body panels were really usable for good restoration. So where are we on it? I have a hood off a truck we got at Anchor Point. I have the doors off a truck that we got at Anchor Point, a different truck. I have two extra core supports now, as well as this one. One that's a 4 headlamp design, two that are the 2 headlamp design. I've been busy looking on the local internet for parts and pieces. We were able to score a decent right front fender, and we were able to score a rust-free left fender, which unfortunately does have some collision damage in it that'll have to be taken care of. So that was a good find. I've been able to locate bumpers for the truck, and so overall, as far as the exterior sheet metal, we're doing okay. I also found a set, you can't call them roll bars, but I found 2 pair of light bars, roll bars, one chrome, one paintable. I'll make a decision which one we're going to go with, probably the paintable, but it's going to have a cool light bar in the bed. But all of this doesn't matter if it doesn't run. When I brought this home and started looking at it, it has a small block Chevy gasoline engine of some sort in here. I ran the numbers on the block. According to the block numbers, it is either a 69 to 74 350 or a 69 to 70 something 307 which was a low horsepower engine option back in the day. In fact, my 69 Camaro had a 307 in it from the factory. Or, and there is no way possible, but that same block casting could be a 69 DZ 302, which is no way. That's not going to happen. But either way, it's a small block gasoline engine. Intake manifold was off of it. Carburetor was in the bed, completely corroded, shut. No distributor. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to run. It rolls really nice. It does turn over, and I hear it making compression noises, so I know the engine turns, but I don't know if it runs. So what did I do? I talked, in fact, the fellow that donated the Fall Guy jump truck was able to get me a distributor for it, just a used HEI. I bought a new knockoff Rochester carburetor off of Amazon. I've got gaskets, parts and pieces. One of the radiator cores that I got down in Anchor Point still had the radiator and the fan shroud on it, which is a big plus because we're gonna need that where we're going. So I'm gonna jump in here, and project number one is going to be getting it started. Now, we're also in arguably the best time to be in Alaska. We're coming up on summer. The daylight is unbelievable. The temperatures are mild. This is the time to be here, and this is when you want to go do stuff in Alaska. And of course, I've got this. So my plan is to fit in bits and pieces and repair on it in between other activities and recreational items, and save the body for this coming winter as a good winter project. We learned with the Fall Guy truck that even minus 16 degrees outside, we could keep this garage warm enough to spray paint and make it work. So here's the thing. I'm going to wrap this video up here. This is just, again, an introduction to what we're doing. I'm going to ask you, if you want to, in the comments below, what do you think I should do with it? What do you think I should do? I've got lots of options. I could piece it together and just get rid of it. We could make this into a Fall Guy truck replica. I mean, be kind of cool, brown and gold, and Stuntman Association sticker on the hood, and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, we could do that. We could make it into just a nice resto, just a nice driver, or we could go all off-road. Maybe coat it with a rhino liner coating, make it very durable, rugged, and built to go off-road and be a backup for the Humvee whenever we're not. Yeah, I got a vote. Is that what you want? Huh? You want to do the off-road thing? All right, well, they love riding in the cars and trucks around here, but once they go off-road and start bouncing, they're not very happy campers. So we don't know how this would work out with the two of us and the two of them on a bench seat in a regular cab. They might have to learn how to ride in a bed. But this actually could be a really neat, low budget. That's the key. No matter what I do, it's got to be low budget. This isn't going to be, a museum piece that's built out as a show car. It's going to get used one way or the other. So what do you think? Fall Guy replica part 2? Just a good resto build? Or should we turn this into a serious off-road machine with some, big tires and brackets and things and stuff and lights and winches and, you tell me. Anyway, keep an eye out on the channel. This thing's going to come up sporadically. Again, the next episode, we're going to be literally going in here, trying to get this engine to run. Between now and then, I'm going to see if Nikki will give me a hand. We're just going to unbolt all the sheet metal and remove it, because I'm going to have to spend a lot of time up in there trying to get that engine running, and I would rather just stand here than I would climb over the fenders every time I need to get into it. So you tell me, and I'll read your comments below, and we will catch you on the next adventure. Got a lot of stuff planned. Thanks for watching.